Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so very quickly, the winner of yesterday's giveaway is Kelly Mounts. So Kelly, if you would send me a quick email, let me know where in the world you'd like me to send your prize to. And of course, you will find my email address is written right there in the description box. And of course, at the end of this, I'll be doing another giveaway, so stick around to the end. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm doing a giveaway every single day, all the way through the end of the year for my subscribers. So of course, to subscribe is free. If you do that, please do keep your notification bell on also so you know when these come out, because you get a chance to enter every single day. And the following morning, I tell you who the winner is. So you just might want to know that. And if you put in a comment, but you don't see it showing up, please know that about 25% of comments get held and I have to review them and approve them. It's just kind of because of a sensitivity filter on YouTube. So it's not a big deal. And it'll hold things that are not inappropriate at all. So it's kind of a weird, overly sensitive thing. But yes, there you have it. Okay, just so you know. So this reading is starting out with interruption after interruption. My day has been completely bizarre. Nothing has flowed. And I had a very busy day planned out for today, and nothing went according to plan. My work day has been very scattered. All kinds of things came up. So normally I try to get one of these. I squeeze it in sometime in the morning. It's 1:12 in the afternoon right now. And there is a reason for that. So here's the thing. It's scattered, there's interruptions, and there's unexpected. So that is where we are beginning this reading. This will probably not be a very long reading, again, because there are many other scattered, unexpected things going on in my world right now. So let's just see. Let's just see. What's the message? The message here is 6 of Sacred Circles in the reverse. The reason things are scattered is because we don't have balance right now. Somebody may feel imbalanced. This may be somebody external to you. What's going on in your world, though, could reflect like the energetic flow of another person that you are connected to. So if you're finding things surprising and it's like, oh, wow, that's not going the way I thought it was going to go. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Something's not working out the way you thought. So it produces an imbalance, and then you have to recalibrate and adjust and adapt. So you may physically be going through little unexpected things in your world, but this can also represent unequal give and take in a situation. But I feel like this could also be someone else's energy flow. They are feeling imbalanced. Maybe you are completely absorbed in the things in your world, but whomever you are energetically connected to, they are, I don't know if they're hungry for your attention and your attention is elsewhere. Let me explain why I'm getting that. If this had been in the upright, you see how there's one set of footprints, right? This is a card about balance, about seeking balance. But right now we've got this cold and frozen tundra and only one set of footsteps. I feel like this card really represents what it feels like to not have balance, to be the only person out here kind of like on a frozen tundra. Now, there is some peace and some harmony. Sometimes this is where we get a chance to balance our own emotions and be single and solo to do that. So I feel like this is a card of like finding inner harmony and peace. But in the reverse, somebody is I'm going to say a little bit out of whack. And I feel like this is someone else's emotions, but I feel like somehow their emotions are connected to you. So if someone that you care about, you subconsciously sense that they've got some stress or anxiety in regards to you specifically, you might be aware of it. High Priestess in the upright. Yeah, you think? Aware of it. The High Priestess knows what's going on, even that which she cannot see. This is Cancerian energy. It's deep, deep intuition with the emotions. She sits here kind of with a faraway gaze. She's got these blueprints in front of her. And that's why I'm like, lots of things that you're doing. The blueprints are like the fundamentals of stuff that we do in life, right? You know, this is my structure for my day. This is what I need to accomplish. And yet her gaze is somewhere else. And you see how she's got the big old moon as part of her incredible headdress. And I would wear the hell out of that, by the way. But I feel as if she's like, okay, I have all these things in my life. I know how to organize stuff. I know what I've got going on. but I have this, I want to say like your antenna is up. You are sensing that someone else is in a state of, well, a state of lack. And it's funny, we're coming up to Thanksgiving, and this is almost like a Thanksgiving, like harvest looking table setting, isn't it? It's in the reverse. Seven of Pentacles should be about abundance, longevity. I feel like she is sensing someone is distressed because there has been, it may be you that removed your energy from someone, and maybe because it's around the holidays, maybe somebody wants so badly to reach out to you at this time, and they are feeling that, I want to say a yearning or a hunger, and yet they, all they see is like, maybe they don't know which dish to present to you. What conversation should I bring to the table? What should I do? There was so much abundance here at one point in time, and I feel like all of a sudden they're feeling this deficit, as if your energy was like a food in their life. Now, this could simply be, as we approach holidays, a lot of people are thinking about friends, loved ones, people that they've had conflict with. This doesn't have to be about romance. It certainly can be. But whatever it is, your antenna is up and you're sensing like there is an underlying distraction, and it is someone else's vibe of they're uneasy. There's a sense of loss. I mean, 6 of Sacred Circles in the reverse and 7 of Sacred Circles in the reverse with the High Priestess smack dab in the middle. You feel their loss on either side. You're kind of like, you're the meat in the middle of this sandwich, but you sit here and you sense it in the back of your mind, and she's kind of even like gazing at it, knowing you yourself are knowing what has been lost. Like, God, maybe this is a bit of a sorrow, like why we could have communicated, we could have had so much, and I feel like you want to, but you made it impossible somehow. I mean, I feel like that's the High Priestess's awareness, like, and I think that the High Priestess is picking up on the fact that someone else knows that, like, I could have talked to you, we could have had something, we could be communicating, we could be spending holidays together, we could be seeing each other, but I messed this one up, and now instead I'm sitting in this lack. And it seems like it's intensifying because we have the 6 and then we have the 7, and the High Priestess sits right in the middle. And I feel like you're feeling that. You're feeling somebody's missing you. That's, to put it simply, maybe that's what I should have said all along. And is that why there's a sense of scattered energy? Is it not yours at all? Is it somebody else's? Is it like the unexpected? Is there a piece of you that can feel the Emperor? Maybe you can feel that somebody really wants to show up and take charge. Okay, so I got to say this. For some of you, I feel like, I don't know if this is this person or someone else altogether, but Aries energy. Again, great jewelry. I'm telling you, I would wear her headdress and I would wear his necklace like that. Oh, I almost am. Look at that. Oh, wow. I need this to be bigger though. Sorry, I got sidetracked there. That is so awesome. Oh, I almost want to give this away as a prize now, but I just can't. I love this way too much. I can't remember where I got that either. I think it was like a swap meet in Sicily, if I remember correctly. Anyway, this is kind of an interesting thing because these two could actually be a perfect power couple. This could be, so it's interesting because this is like the 3D version and the 5D version of the power couple. So she should be matched up with the Magician, and then he should be matched up with the Empress. So those are the counterparts. Like this is the 3D version of an Emperor, Empress, or power couple. And then this would be the 5D version where they're like the magical couple, if it were a magician combining with that High Priestess. But we actually still have a power couple. So what I want to say is this. I feel as if she already knows this is her last season to not have an emperor in her life, whatever that means. Now, I'm not speaking about genders, but I'm talking about the balance of companionship, partnership. This She knows that it's time for her to have this. She knows that this is coming in for her. I don't know who this is. All I know is I want to say this is the last season that you are solo. If you are single right now, this is the last year that you would be single. I don't know why I say that. This is the last holiday that you have alone. And maybe that's what this pressure is, because somebody knows it. There's something about like those blueprints that she holds. She's not opening them up and looking at them just yet. She's almost giving one last opportunity. Like, I know you wish that you were here right now. I know that you're thinking of things. I know that you want to take charge of things, but this is your last opportunity. I really feel that way in this reading. If it's not you, maybe it'll be somebody else, because this is the last year that I sit at a table that has a deficit at it myself. I feel like there is this high priestess is aware that somebody wishes that they were with her right now, but I also feel like there's this energy of her that says, if you don't take action now, significant, the real deal, if you don't step up and become this, if you don't want this with me, we've reached the end of the road, and I have blueprints to build something else entirely different. So this is the final moment. If you only sit and lament what hasn't happened, but you don't go to change it, then these blueprints that I hold will open up it'll pave the next phase of my life. So for some people, it's like you're idling in your car and you have to go right or left, and you're saying, I'm gonna just wait for one more minute here, because if somebody shows up and hops in the car with me, then we'll decide together which direction to go. But if they don't show up, if they don't arrive, whatever that means, if they don't reach out, if they don't say something, then I will make a decision, and that's it. I'll never be at that crossroads again. I'll never, ever, ever be there again. So this is it. This is the final. If you don't take charge of something, and I feel like that's the real question is, are you going to take charge? If you cannot, then that's it. Forever hold your peace, because we won't be back at this moment again in time. And I know that there is an emperor for me. Doesn't matter if this could be two men, this could be two women. It doesn't matter what genders we're talking about. So that emperor has been sitting in, and it's not a surprise because the 5 of Cups is here, just as we had the 6 of Sacred Circles, 7 of Sacred Circles. All of this talks about regret, regret, regret. You got to get past all that regret, and you got to take some serious action here. It is time. I feel like somebody needs to sit down and talk with one of their elders. I feel like this emperor possibly is in this vibe where, okay, I'm going to say it this way. They're contemplating mortality all of a sudden. They are contemplating the journey that we take from birth to old age, and then the transference of energy there beyond. And the fact that we walk through this world with this name and this particular, assemblage of our cells that make us look the way we look and identify as we identify, only this one time. So what do you want in this one time? Because it's you only got one shot. So what do you want to do? Now, the beautiful thing is we have a long time, right? We have a very long time from birth to the very end of our lifespan. So we can live many lives in one lifetime, but not if we sit around in this. Not if we waste all this time. We have wasted time throughout this reading all over the place. It's all we've done is hemorrhaged time and potential. So at this point, that has to come to a complete stop, full stop. Then really get out of that vibe. No more of this. That 10 of staves is almost like, okay, there could be like childhood wounding. We see a lot to do with children here. There could be things that have been very, very hard for someone to progress beyond. But I feel like somebody is coming to that perspective where it's like many different pieces of our life could be extremely shattering and extremely hurtful. And it's not that goes away, and it's not that we have to pretend that kind of stuff didn't happen to us. But if we don't allow ourselves to seek out the right kind of support and the right kind of help, to encourage or give us permission to move beyond that and into the next phase of whatever our life is going to be and what we can choose for ourselves, we could miss out on this amazing lifespan that we have and the fact that we can live multiple lives in one lifetime. It's almost saying that if someone were to write a story of who they were, what their life was like from age 0 to 10, at that point we have no choice in what our life is, right? We're children. But then once you write the next chapter, say 10 to 20, we transition from I still have no choices of my own to, but I'm starting to see the world through new eyes, to where now I'm maturing, to where now I get to start making choices. It's like if we could write our life story in different segments, we could see that it is as if we are different people. I just think someone is coming to this realization that there is still a chance for them to write another life. And that is where we end this story, is the hanged man or hanged one in the reverse. Somebody is ready. It's very much about rebirth. I don't feel like this is about children. I feel like this is about someone who may have had a very difficult young life, very painful, very maybe lots of preconditioned ideas about their worth and what they're allowed to have and what kind of happiness they're allowed to have. I mean, I feel like there's maybe this is also why we see the high priest as somebody who's so sensitive, so understanding, that I know that there are things, scars that every individual carries. I'm sensitive to that. And at the same time, I too want to, gravitate toward the life that I want to live, with the kind of partner that I want to be with, the kind of partner who can choose this with me, the kind of partner that is ready to choose to not miss out on opportunities that we have together to write a new life story. That's kind of what it seems like to me. Now, I don't know that this is all about a romance, though. This could be about a mother thinking about their child who maybe struggled with a lot of different things in their young life or something, and they want so much to see their child like really excel, meaning they take charge of who they are and they feel strong in themselves and they find their identity, and they let go of old fears, old worries, even mistakes of childhood and youth. I don't know, there's something here about tremendous growth. There's something here about this whole reading has this element of understanding, compassion, sincere love, sincere healing, and how do I say it? Accepting that everyone chooses, the next step in their path, and every person has to. But we can choose to write a new story for ourselves. And it doesn't mean we forget where we've been. It doesn't mean we got to pretend we weren't ever hurt. It's more that, I don't know, I feel like this is like cheering. Have you ever watched one of those movies where like you're cheering for the person who has been the underdog, or the person who's had a lot of problems, or the person who's been really hurt? And that is the person that you are like, you want so badly to see them succeed. I feel like that's what this story is. But this is coming from somebody with a very loving set of eyes. And it's like, I can sense that you feel like you've missed opportunities being with me. I want to be with you, but I also know that it is within your hands. But I hope that you do choose this, but it is entirely up to whatever you want to do in this lifespan, right? From birth to this, who do we want to become? And this could also be like, maybe you've gone through the same awareness. Maybe you've had your own sense of that. We see all the phases of the moon, and all I can say is I still keep looking at this as like lifetimes that we're allowed to live within one time frame. We can reinvent ourselves. And we're ready to do it. We're ready to give birth to the new version of us. It doesn't mean that we haven't been scarred and wounded, but this is a chance to reinvent ourselves. Almost like say, yeah, I was scarred and wounded, but look at me now. It's very lovely. It's very lovely. This also, though, says this needs to be tended to carefully, nurtured, taken care of. If there is a rebirth, particularly of a relationship with another human being, it needs to be handled gently, with understanding. You got to wait and see how things are going to go. Don't expect somebody to already know what you're thinking or them to know what you're thinking. We don't expect babies to have an understanding of the world around them. We don't expect little babies to know, like, well, I just told you, baby, do this, do that. Babies don't even have vocabulary yet. Instead, there's a lot more sensitivity, right? Babies exist in a world of, what they smell, what they feel. Their only communication is a cry. So it's like being sensitive to the fact that this could be a world full of sensation first, vocabulary that grows slowly, understanding that has to be learned carefully, one step at a time. And we don't get mad at babies. We don't get mad at little kids because they do, they interpret things differently because they're kind of new to this world. I feel like this is the chance for a new relationship. But if it's a new relationship with somebody that you already knew, don't expect it to show up like, okay, perfect. Now this person is exactly who I need them to be. They understand who they need to be. Instead, this is a chance for both people to start like brand new babies, I don't mean like children. I'm just trying to make the comparison that you don't know each other. Be sensitive with each other. Treat the relationship like it's precious. You want to nurture it. Be sensitive with each other's energy. Be sensitive, especially with vocabulary, especially, with the vibe that you give to each other. So it's a very, I don't know what to say about this. I think it's beautiful. I think this is a very sweet reading. This could also be nurturing a relationship between yourself and a child, since we do see children that show up over and over again. This could be building a relationship with someone else's children. If this were talking about a couple that's been divorced and there was somebody else, or this could be a situation where it's like, let's handle this holiday with grace for the children. Let's be gentle just for them. Even if we're not getting along great, let's us step up to our best versions of ourselves so that we can first put the lives of the little babies in their comfort zone ahead of everything else. This could also be that story. So anyway, that is what I have. That left me with a really nice warm glow. I liked that energy, that gentleness. Okay, so if you would like to enter to win today's prize, I know what today's is. I already looked. Okay, so if you win this, you will receive, of course, a galaxy card, because I'm big on that. And then inside you will receive, I always look at this as like the moon with some sacred geometry around it. But inside you will get, okay, so this is going to be quite specific. Probably not all of you will want this. It is a really beautiful, sorry, no, it doesn't photograph all that well, but it's a really beautiful pendant that is for Cancerian. So it's like a mother of pearl that's surrounded in rhinestones. And then there's this little rhinestone crab that's like coming up from the side. So it is a pendant. Doesn't matter if you're masculine, feminine, doesn't matter if you want it for yourself or someone else, but it's pretty wild that this, I'm really surprised that so often, even though I randomly grab stuff out of my box of prizes, oftentimes it'll become the focal point of a reading. And it's so funny because that High Priestess is Cancerian energy, and now we've got the crab here. So, what's funny, I grabbed two this morning, and one stayed in my hand and the other one slipped out. And the other one would have been the card or the pennant that's for Leo. And so I don't know what day we'll actually wind up getting that. But in any case, the Leo has a little rhinestone black lion in it. It's so cute. But all right, so if you guys want to enter to win this, go ahead and write the word enter. Otherwise, if there is something else that you want to share with the collective, I thought, especially because of the way this reading has just gone, talking about sensitivity, I guess what I would ask is, how do you, this might be a weird to phrase it this way, how do you know when someone needs your sensitivity? Is it something that you sense in their facial expression? Is it their tone of voice? Is it their body language? Is it their aura? Is there a moment when you walked up to somebody and you just knew that they needed your gentleness? I've seen it and recognized it oftentimes with, like, children. That's really obvious, right? Little kids, when they're having a bad day, you can see it, you can feel it. But it's just kind of interesting because adults have a lot more guards up. But yes, there's all kinds of, I don't know, I can't say that I see it visually. I would say it's more of if you walk, for me anyway, if you walk through, that coolness around, like if you walk by a river, how you can feel as you get nearer to the water, you can not only smell the water, but you can feel the temperature change from the water, that cooling. It's almost like that, like there's this energetic awareness, or this, I don't know if it's sensation, I don't know if it's aura, but I would say that's kind of maybe the thing that I pick up on. And it's very indescribable. So if you can put it into words better than me, or if you have something else that shows you something, please do share it with the collective. I'd be interested to know what is your antenna? What does that mean for you? If you notice that somebody needs your gentleness, your sensitivity. I have a feeling that probably a lot of you that watch my channel are probably very empathic and very intuitive. And so I'd be interested to know what everybody has to say on that. Anyway, you guys, thank you for sharing. Thank you I love you're so intellectual, you're so intelligent. I love the things that you guys say and the thoughtful comments that you leave. So I just think it's fun, and it's uplifting to see how everyone perceives these, the answers to these different questions. So it's just really fun. Thanks for participating, you guys, if you feel like sharing. Bye.